Hello everyone, welcome back to another dinosaur review, and today we'll be reviewing the Mattel figure everyone's been excited about, which is the Hammond collection, Carnotaurus. I bought this off of Amazon, although the link doesn't appear to be working. You can also pre-order it off of Target.com, I'll leave a link down below in the description. Thankfully, the release date changed to November instead of January. Now, this was actually leaked sometime during the summer, and that leaked image looked very promising. And when that Beyond the Gates episode came out, everyone was blown away by how movie accurate the sculpt and paint job was and how great the detailing was. Of course, I myself was very excited. Now, another thing that collectors love was that this is a new size range for the Hammond collection. It's going to be bigger than dinos like the Ceratosaurus, but still smaller than the T-Rex. So this paves the way for so many new species to be added, like an adult Stegosaurus, an adult Allosaurus, and Suchomimus. I really want a Suchomimus for the Hammond collection based on the Jurassic World website version. Now let's take a quick look at the packaging as always. There are a few differences. On the bottom left, you've got a render of the figure instead of the Hammond collection logo. This side, awesome image of the Abelisaur with the orange lighting and the Fallen Kingdom logo. On the back, Fallen Kingdom logo once again, and this time you've got 3 images of the Carnotaurus. Of course, the one showing the whole figure, and the 2 shots right here, showing it in a different pose, and a close-up of that glass eye. On the bottom left is a short description of the dinosaur's role in Fallen Kingdom, and unfortunately, unlike the other packagings where they show a shot from the movie, it's not here. Although I guess the little catalog on the bottom right makes up for that. So right here, we've got Owen Grady, Velociraptor Blue, and Dimetrodon. These 2 look pretty good as well. I can't wait for mine to be shipped. So let's waste no time and see what the Carnotaurus has to offer. Here is the Carnotaurus out of the box, and this thing looks absolutely spectacular. The movie accuracy, the scale detailing, the paint job, the paint applications, and the sculpt in general, very well done. Mattel did a fantastic job with making this dinosaur look great. And if you look at the feet, they're not oversized, they're actually in proportion to the body. You see, Mattel, that wasn't so hard, making bipedal dinosaurs stand without clown feet, but like with every Mattel dinosaur, it isn't without its flaws. When I took it out of the box, I was surprised about how light it was for its size, and when I felt the plastic, it felt pretty cheap. Since Mattel advertises the Hammond collection as collector's figures, they should really make them feel like collector's figures by giving them a thicker, more durable plastic. So yeah, the cheap plastic is my main flaw with this dinosaur. Now for some measurements. This Carnotaurus is about 6 inches tall at its hips, and about 17¼ inches long from head to tail. So the Fallen Kingdom Carnotaurus was stated to be around 30 feet in length, so at those measurements, this figure would be in the 120 scale range. Starting off with that gorgeous head sculpt, this is one of their most movie accurate figures, alongside the Hammond Collection T-Rex and some of their Velociraptors. I also think that this is probably the most detailing they put onto any head sculpt. See all of that wonderful detailing, and it feels great as well. Feels like I'm touching a real reptile. And there are the 2 horns, which Carnotaurus is known for. Opening up the mouth, the teeth are individually sculpted, and they are not sharp at all. That's because, unlike many of their previous dinosaurs, Mattel uses rubber for the teeth now. Now kids don't have to worry about injuring themselves, the teeth can still look sharp, but be safe for kids at the same time, and collectors also don't have to worry about poor paint applications. And the glass eye, honestly, I'm really not a huge fan of the glass eye. Like, the promo pictures make it look so much better, but in most lighting, you really don't see the pupil, so it kind of looks like this Carnotaurus is soulless. Going down the figure, some more of that lovely scale detailing, and some smaller pebbly texture, like what you see on the thighs, and some parts of the torso. Moving down to the arms, despite how puny the arms are, they're actually very muscular. The bicep is visible, and I know some people are going to be complaining about this Abelisaur having joints in its arms, and other inaccuracies like the shrink wrapping and the wide skull. But, like I've said many times, Jurassic Park dinosaurs are not meant to be accurate. So as long as this toy is accurate to the Carnotaurs in the movie, that's all that matters. And then there's the row of spikes starting at the top of the head and going all the way down the tail. The spikes are much closer to each other on the back than they are on the tail. You can see that they are much more separated. And looking at the tail, that line shows some muscle definition, you can see right there, and some more muscle definition is also on the legs. And then speaking of the legs, the calf is very noticeable. Moving down to the feet, like I've already said, they are very in proportion to the body. They're not clown feet. And of course, the underbelly is going to have the least amount of detailing, but it still looks fairly good. Obviously, you're not going to be looking at this figure from the underside all the time. You're going to be looking at it from the top and on the side. This theropod has 18 points of articulation. Just like the T-Rex, the jaws are connected, so you can't move them separately. The head can move, so can the neck, both of the arms, the elbows, the thighs, the legs, which are a little bit stiff, the ankles, the feet, and the two joints in the tail. Unfortunately, the joint here is a little loose, so this tail will be drooping down a lot. The paint job is just as amazing as the sculpt. The dark brown striping on the top works so well with the red and the light gray underbelly. It's still a pleasing paint job, even though it's not 100% movie accurate. The Carnotaurus in the films were more of an orange color. Starting off with our comparisons, here is the Action Attack Carnotaurus from 2018, and you can clearly see that there is no comparison. The Hammond Collection Carnotaurus is basically superior in every way. Now, I don't have the Control and Conquer Carnotaurus because I really wasn't a fan of the proportions, but I do have the smaller Demon Carnotaurus from the Dominion toy line. Speaking of the Demon Carnotaurus, here is the old Kenner figure, which is still a fan favorite amongst many Jurassic Park fans. Now, when it comes to durability, the Kenner figure easily takes this, because this soft rubber is way more capable of handling rough play than the thin, cheap plastic of the Hammond Collection Carnotaurus. But when it comes to categories like sculpt and detailing, the Hammond Collection Carno easily takes this. In comparison, the Demon Carno just looks really bad in comparison. Let's do some other Hammond Collection figures, starting off with the Fallen Kingdom dinosaurs, the Baryonyx, and the Concavinator. Here is the nice looking but incredibly overrated Hammond Collection T-Rex, and you can see how much Mattel has improved with the bipedal dinosaurs. You can see that the Carnotaurus has much more crispier detailing and no oversized feet. Up next, we have the Ceratosaurus, the Ankylosaurus, and the Pachycephalosaurus. Here is my favorite dinosaur from this line, the Irritator, which was released earlier this year. Now, the reasons why the Irritator is my favorite, it's because it's pretty much great in every category. Even the plastic quality feels very good. And the entire toy in general just looks better than the JP3 game it was based on. The Carnotaurus for sure would have been my favorite if it wasn't for the cheap plastic. That sculpt looks really, really good. Moving on to the Epic Evolution toys, we've got the Danger Packs, the Stegoros and Eoraptor pack, the Avaceratops, and the Poposaurus. Next are the Strike Attacks, the Tujiangosaurus, the Guibosaurus, and the Caprosuchus. Here's the Gigantotracker's Neovinator, which is a pretty bad figure in my opinion, especially with that ugly head sculpt. Here is the Beast of the Mesozoic, Bistaeversor, which is a similar sized articulated dinosaur figure. The final comparison is going to be with the Collecte Xiphactinus and Mini Xiphactinus. Well, there you have it everyone. That was my review on the Mattel Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Hammond Collection, Carnotaurus. While the cheap plastic is a huge bummer, the sculpt, paint job, detailing, and movie accuracy absolutely carries this figure. It's still my second favorite Hammond Collection dinosaur behind the Irritator, a very close second to be specific. So I'm going to give this a 9.5 out of 10. Like I've said before, if the plastic was durable, this definitely would have gotten a solid 10 out of 10. So if you guys enjoyed this review, leave a comment down below, hit that like and subscribe button, it really supports my channel. And I will see you all in the next video.